Start recording right now just for a test to see how everything's working out right now. Just to make sure everything's good.
All right.
And I'm fucking excited about this. I'm so glad you guys came to this podcast. You guys.
Yes. So hungover.
I wouldn't turn down the chance to wake up with Will. This is my breath.
I like that.
I would. You never smell his breath in the morning. Hey,
I have the breath of an angel. All right. All right. Now we are starting the podcast. Welcome everybody to the official Black Oni Podcast.
Woo! It's my first time.
Yeah, he's a Black Oni Podcast virgin.
Wow.
I'm your host, JBlaze06. Over here we have Jordan Bauer Kills.
What up?
We have your homie D, Dan the Man.
How you doing?
And we have, I forgot the first part of your tag name, but Corey. What is the screen again?
On PlayStation Network, it's Tech Requiem, and then Nintendo ID is Greed. I usually go by Greed, though, in all the other formats.
Gotcha. What was the Hero one?
Oh, Omni Hero? That's an old thing from when I first got my Skype. It's one of those things you can't change it, and everyone knows it.
Exactly.
So it's like, oh, man.
So what is your official? What are you going to go by?
I go by Greed with an extra E.
All right, that works. You guys at home watching, you will be seeing this in a new format. It looks kind of badass. I'm excited about it. It's going to continue evolving over time, but this is what I've come up with so far for our design. I have no shame in saying that looks badass, because whatever.
Is it going to be like the console room from Star Wars, where all those people like fly in on those pods and they talk? But it's going to have like your face superimposed on it?
Not quite.
I wish it was that cool.
Hey,
I saw a sneak preview myself. It does look badass.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. I showed him a preview of it because he was like, I got to see it. I was like, all right. And I was looking for this file, and it took me like 20 minutes just to look for this file. And I realized it was in a place that made more sense than where I was looking for it. I felt really bad. Anywhere.
Moving right along.
And you're golden.
So, we'll start off by, we already kind of established who our gamer aliases are. What consoles, or do you play on PC? Do you play smartphone games? Whatever. What do you guys play on? So, we'll start with Corey.
Currently, I haven't touched my PlayStation 3 or my Xbox in like a millennia because Monster Hunter came out and Soul Sacrifice came out, and they're both like super grind-heavy hunting titles, so I haven't touched anything aside from the Wii U occasionally, the 3DS, and the Vita, which I hate the Vita. There's nothing good on the Vita. I absolutely hate it. There's nothing I play on it, except for like Persona 4 Golden and Soul Sacrifice.
I heard Soul Sacrifice is the shit, though.
It's really, really good.
I also heard that Monster Hunter is like digital crack.
Yep.
I'm almost 200 hours in.
200? Wow. I'm only at like 60.
It's absolutely insane. It's really good, but it's one of those games that if you actually want to progress through the hunter ranks, you need to play with people, or else it's near impossible. It's not that you can't beat the monster because it's too difficult. It just takes longer than the allotted time to do so.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
So that's pretty cool. That's surprising. I don't know if any of you guys know Kevin, the 1KK, but Jordan knows him.
Kevin sent me something in Soul Sacrifice the other day.
Nice.
I didn't know you guys knew each other.
Oh yeah, we worked that out together.
There you go. There you
go. Yeah, that's crazy. He told me he loves his Vita. He plays that more than he plays his DS.
How?
He just hasn't played the right 3DS games.
Really? I want to Skype 5 you right now.
I don't. I have no idea exactly. I don't have a 3DS or a Vita, so I can't say from personal experience which one I prefer. But I'm surprised to hear you say the Wii U, though, because a lot of people that I know who say they have Wii U's haven't. It's just like the Wii; they haven't touched it in since it came out, basically.
I played 2 games on it: La Mulana and Monster Hunter. That's it.
Monster Hunter's legit, though. I mean, that's why you get the system.
You can transfer one to the other.
Not because you like Nintendo or Mario or anything. It's for Monster Hunter.
Like what?
coming out
saying.
in August.
I don't know. From what I understand, Cooking Mama Cook-Off is pretty legit.
Oh, Cooking Mama.
Yeah,
Those
dude.
hardcore casual games.
Dude, finding a good game on the Wii is like trying to win the freaking Powerball, man.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's
Fuck
horrible.
that.
Damn, that's rough.
How did people feel about No More Heroes, though?
Never played it.
I liked it. It was okay.
I played the demo, but I wasn't in love with it. But I liked the idea of it. I mean, it was a fun game.
Well, I loved it, so
Yeah.
that's that. That game was legit. You asked me, but you didn't. We're still on Corey.
All right, well, we'll segue to you then. Well, let's go to you. What are you playing on?
3DS XL.
Nice.
Yes, Monster Hunter up in here. I got that going on. I also had the Vita for a while. I traded in my PS3 for a Vita. I didn't like it. I did not like it at all.
Probably not
Yeah.
the greatest idea, but
Well, I wanted to go portable, you know? I wanted to be all portable all the time. I could game anywhere, and I didn't want to sit in my bed all day, so I did that. And now I'm just like, I'm holding out for the PS4.
oh my
That's
god.
That's what I'm doing right
Mm.
Nice.
now. But I'm not killing it like Corey is with his 200 hours. I got 50. I just managed to beat a Legia Chris by myself. Felt pretty confident in that.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it hurts.
It
Yeah.
does.
It's like a
Yeah.
Leviathan thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that, and then really just trying to relive my life as a Pokemon master, and that's me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. that's the philosophy you want to go by, folks.
Is that your objective on your resume?
Yeah, I'm a Pokemon master. Just right up there. I'm trying to get all 649. It's been difficult, but no
649?
Lugia hasn't looped me yet. Yeah. So
Man.
you didn't know?
I didn't know. I
Man,
probably should.
If you like that Pokemon, you saw that PlayStation 3 play that Nino Kuni. That game is off the hook.
Oh,
I heard
really?
Nothing but
That game
things
is
about
off
that game.
the hook. Yeah, it's phenomenal, and it's very similar. You've got these creatures that you capture in the wild, and then you build them up, and
Oh.
it's really in depth, pretty tactical later on in the game.
It's
And
all real time.
It's all real time. But the story, I mean, it has a world map. It's like a classic JRPG from the mid '90s, except it's modernized. Great soundtrack, world map, great side quest story, all that stuff.
That's
But
the one
especially-
with the Miyazaki art, right?
It's the art's done by Studio Ghibli or whatever the name of
Yeah.
it is.
Ghibli or Ghibli or
Ghibli.
I'll
I
have to
think
check
it's
that
still
out.
$39.99 on Amazon. It was like a week ago. It keeps
Nice.
fluctuating in price.
It's
Don't buy it at GameStop.
no. Everyone at home, don't buy your games at GameStop. Please don't.
I
You will
don't do it.
lose
Don't.
your money.
Mhm.
And follow Facebook. Follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/blackoni. I have like gamer deals on there all the time. Right now you can get I don't even remember what it is now because I find so many of them all the time. You can get one of the games for like $35. BioShock Infinite. So you can get BioShock Infinite now for
Damn.
That's just for the PC
$40.
one, I think. though.
$40 on PS3 and 360 and $35 on PC.
It's awesome though.
You can't beat that.
No.
Sounds good.
Legit. So Jordan, Bauer Kills, what are
What's up, man?
you playing on?
Oh, I'm obsessed with PlayStation. This current generation's been horrible. I'm on my third PlayStation, and I think it's starting to give up the ghost too. Thanks, Sony.
Wow.
But,
Wow.
such a good experience with PlayStation 1 and 2, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a Sony fanboy. You could call me that, but
Okay.
yeah, I live and die on the PlayStation. I technically have a Wii, but I can't even recognize it because of how much stuff has settled on it at this point. Like I haven't used that in probably 4 years. So it's been a
Wow.
while. But very, very, very into PlayStation 3 and try to get a lot of the titles that are exclusives because I do think that Sony has the best exclusives, and I'm a big fan of exclusivity within the field. So. But yeah, big PlayStation guy over here, and I don't have a handheld system yet. I've been thinking about going Vita, but the reason I haven't is because they've got that huge focus on independent, like Guacamelee and things like that.
Indie development, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want it to be the main focus. And right now, it seems like that's the main focus. If I want to play those games, I can play them on my PlayStation 3. But I'm really waiting for some more titles to come out before I drop that, that amount of cash on the system. But definitely a PlayStation 3 guy myself.
Nice. Myself, you guys know I'm a Sony man. I used to own as many consoles as I could. I've dropped off Nintendo since I think my last Nintendo system was a Game Boy Advance.
Wow.
So I go way back when it comes to that. So I play on PS3. I play on PS3 now, so that's my main console choice, and I'm going to be getting a PS4. I'd like the idea of a Vita, but right now it doesn't make sense for me to get it because I play mostly at home. If I'm on the go, I have my smartphone with me. It's a terrible thing to say, but even then, I don't use my smartphone for gaming anyway because I'm on the train and I'm standing between 12 people breathing on me, and I'm just trying to get home. So most of the time, if I'm on a train, I'm reading articles or checking up on stuff. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, nice.
The backlight and everything.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
yes.
right. I didn't even have that version. I have the one that was just long. I didn't even have the SP version.
Oh, and it came in pink and glacier, and it was
an indigo.
Looked like a Super Nintendo cartridge-sized box that you plug little things into.
That was my Game Boy Advance. Yeah, I loved it.
I have in my closet with all the accessories and everything the original Game Gear.
What?
That thing is ridiculous. It takes 8 double D batteries for an hour to play. It's just archaic. But I have Batman Returns on it, and it's actually pretty legit even to this day.
I remember Batman Returns.
I'm completely lying. It's the worst game ever.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty terrible. But
Batman.
Yeah, Batman. That's Michael Keaton.
I'm getting sick of Batman. I'm getting sick of Batman and cats on the internet. I know I just committed blasphemy, but I have to say that. I'm sick of Batman.
You just
and
pissed
cats
off our entire network of viewers.
I'm getting sick of. Oh man, just saying. Moving on.
I'm just sick.
Back on the Vita real quick. They've mentioned a million times. I think Europe just got a price drop. Japan had a recent price drop. And right now with the yen actually being below the dollar, I think it's almost, I want to say with conversion it's $215 for a 3G Vita over there, which I think that's cheaper than our price. Ours is still $250, right?
Yeah.
I think if you had an interest, there are a shitload of promotions going on to get them for way cheaper outside of the US. And as you know, they have no region. There's
what about the shipping cost though? Because I know from for anime, for getting statues and stuff like that, you gotta pay a pretty price just to get it through customs and get it shipped over here.
I think Play Asia has free shipping on certain dollar amounts. The thing is, a lot of the ones they sell are the limited edition, the Hatsune Miku one, and then the Soul Sacrifice one, and those are they're charging $400 for it because it's a bundle. But if they have a normal one, they're way cheaper to get with the conversion and the fact that they've had a price drop.
So I want to get a Vita mainly for the integration with the PS4 because I'm excited.
That's when it's going to take off. It's going to suck until the day the PS4 comes out.
But I'm wondering if they're going to do a bundle of the PS4 and the Vita for a little bit more. I mean, if they're going to do that, I will buy it.
The Mac promotions where you get an iPod or whatever if you bought a MacBook.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be sick.
They got to do something to get some hardware moving because their sales are abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And it doesn't help that they don't really have any stellar titles on the system yet. But a bundle like that would be a great idea. It'd be great marketing.
Definitely.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, our next icebreaker. Icebreaker. That's
Icebreaker combo breaker.
Yeah, that's how I said it in my head.
They just got that license opened up a couple of weeks ago too. Killer Instinct. So there's talks of them actually getting the rights and making a second one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
As a fighting game fan, I agree with this concept.
This makes us happy. What is your favorite weapon in gaming?
Can I go? I'm gonna go. Right now,
go.
Hunting Horn. I'm playing Hunting Horn in Monster Hunter 3. That is my favorite weapon. It's a big hammer type thing. You can knock monsters unconscious with it and also buff yourself at the same time. It's a great piece of equipment right there. No blocking, but all offensive. And, just like get special effects. Who doesn't love that? Hunting horn. That's my weapon.
Bam! Buffed.
Yes.
That's basically...
Play the funky music, white boy. Play that funky music. Look at him go. Dancing.
By the way, Will, I hate you because Burn Baby Burn Disco Inferno is still in my head. Thanks.
So we were playing Dead Space yesterday, and for some reason I thought it was appropriate to say "burn, baby, burn," and we were burning necromorphs or whatever. I had acid, he had a flamethrower, so we were both burning in different ways.
Magnesium afterburner. Oh yeah.
So, I guess I'm the king at getting songs stuck in people's heads. I don't know.
I went to bed and it was on repeat. And then I woke up this morning and it was just continuing its loop. And it's still doing that. It has absolutely no indication that it's going to go away.
I'm sorry.
It should be. It's bad. It's bad, but it's I'll suck it up.
Well, now that we're on you, what's your favorite weapon in gaming?
Me?
Oh yeah.
Oh, boomstick. Ever since the original Doom, when you pick up the super shotgun, I mean that's in any game ever. I love shotguns. Red Faction had a pretty solid shotgun. Call of Duty, obviously that Remington is pretty sweet. Shotguns, chain guns, and swords. Like those are my three tied for one. But I'd have to say a shotgun. Regardless of what game it is, it crosses all verticals. I just love
the shotguns
shooting.
in Borderlands suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a big
awful.
fan of the yeah. And it sucks because I made a Gunzerker character and I never beat the game because the shotguns were so pitiful, and I wanted to change my character.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of lost the desire to be a Gunzerker because of that exact reason. I love games where you shoot someone in the face and they go flying a ridiculous amount of distance with a shotgun. When it brings the power with it. Black had a pretty good shotgun in it too.
That game, Black. That was a good game.
Game was short as hell, but it was so much fun.
Yeah, definitely. The shotgun in Killzone 2, let me just tell you. Let me tell you something.
You hear that little chirp?
Yeah, the little chirp. He's like, yeah, I got a headshot. What up?
I just got warm fuzzies. It just floated all the way up my body. Just hearing that chirp in my head again.
Yeah, that was a good chime.
It was. So that's a symbol for me, shotgun.
Agreed. What is your favorite weapon?
For melee stuff and on Monster Hunter, hammer. I'm a big hammer fan, and I used to play Hunting Horn for the longest time because it's basically the same thing, but you can do these songs that give you attack boost or heal you, which is amazing. Yes. But I ended up getting all the stuff I needed to make this hammer called a Demolition Hammer, which is made of this tail of this explosive monster. And when you hit stuff with it, it gets stuff covered in goo, and then the goo explodes. So you get impact damage and you get explosive damage. Which brings me to my other favorite weapon, explosives. Like grenades, bombs, all that. Mines, particularly if they're remote activated. Because they are the ultimate, screwing someone over. They could be driving a vehicle in a game and you just blow the ground out and they go flying. Explosives are fun.
Battlefield.
I never got to Battlefield ever since, 1942 or whatever, the first one.
Yep.
That one was really, really fun. And Vietnam wasn't bad either. But then they just started getting, super bro-y. And, they had that whole, association with it that it's just all these kids playing this game.
Yeah, that's going to happen with modern military shooters no matter what. Now that Call of Duty has kind of entered the foray, since Call of Duty 4, really.
The good thing about that though is with Battlefield, those kids, it's obviously easy to mute them, but they get weeded out pretty quickly because they are usually in Battlefield try to be the lone wolves that run off and then they get sniped or they get run over by a tank or whatever, then they run back to Call of Duty. Because in I love Battlefield because you actually have to play the team if you stand really any chance.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
I was a Call of Duty fan for a while, but Battlefield seems like it's.
I love me some Call of Duty. but Battlefield 3 is probably my favorite online shooter. Although I would say SOCOM too.
Oh,
SOCOM, yeah, SOCOM will always have a special place in my heart. But Battlefield 3 is amazing, and I can't even start talking about Battlefield 4 because I won't shut up. I'll talk.
And the maps are huge too. It's insane.
Yeah, they're ridiculously big.
Great.
Wow.
I had to.
I don't think they understand that. We have a saying. It's just come on, Dick, and we just say it in the most things. It's just retarded. It's like a retarded inside thing.
MAHDIC.
My dick.
MAHD.
Anyway, my favorite. Awkward. My favorite weapon in gaming. I want to default to a sword because I love swords. Those are my shit.
But there are like so many kinds of swords.
So many kinds of swords. Like any sword in Onimusha is the fucking shit because I love that game. But my favorite weapon of all time in gaming has to be one of the most iconic weapons for me. The SOCOM Mark 23 pistol. Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah, the Metal Gear Solid.
So iconic. The first time I saw it, I was like, "What kind of weapon is this?" It had looked like a futuristic weapon. It was like, it was so iconic. And when you saw Snake with it, he was holding it. And he was like, shooting people or just has it in. It makes me happy looking at that gun.
That's a great choice.
Yeah, that's
Everybody picked 2 weapons. I only picked 1. Damn.
No. I picked 1. I was saying if I had to give an honorable mention, it would be any of the swords in Onimusha. Probably like the in Onimusha 3, there's the green wind sword, which looks ridiculous.
I'm surprised
Was
we didn't
there
get
ever a next gen Onimusha?
No.
Oh, there wasn't?
No.
Okay.
I'm mad.
There was an Onimusha fighting game, wasn't there?
That wasn't next gen, though.
Oh no, that was PS2, and you could play as Mega Man and Zero or something like that.
Yes.
I wanted to get that game just so that I can play as Samanosuke and fight Zero. And that sounds like a fucking badass concept.
Yeah.
I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, no, everyone forgot it happened because it was like so under the radar.
And there's a really shitty Castlevania fighter for Wii.
Really?
Speaking of fighting games,
I can't believe it's
happened.
Wii.
Judgment
Really?
or whatever it was. Oh, it was awful. I completely forgot about that game.
Remember that Emperor Highs game or whatever for PlayStation with Cloud Strife in it and Tekken?
Oh yeah,
and
a bunch of characters no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
Doza. I have that. It's still on my shelf.
Shit.
Really?
Yeah, really.
It's on our game had that game in it. I'm like, why would you have? Like that's not a good game to have in your arcade.
As a Square fanboy, I had to get it.
Well, I own it. I have it, but I only played it for like an hour because I couldn't take it.
It was like it was legit because it was like a full field that you had to like run around on, and then you had to make sure your combos were within like basically. It was one of the first, I guess, Power Stone.
Yes, bring that back, Capcom.
One of the first games to do a fighter like that. And that's why that game to me is legit anyway.
Mm.
I love Power Stone. The first one, I played that till my eyes bled.
Oh my god!
Like I played the shit out of that game. Dreamcast, I was on it all day. I used the Samurai and the dude who looked like Goku.
I think. Huh? They're on PlayStation Network, right?
Now it might Power Stone 2 might be on PlayStation Network now. It's like
they have 1 and 2 for the PSP that came as like a dual pack, but I think they released those as like a download title as well.
Is it online compatible?
I don't believe so.
See?
I think it was only ad hoc.
If they do an HD remake of that game and have online, I will buy that game. I will do it.
I love that game, but I wish there was like more character customization options other than putting hats and like a cog on the back of the guy.
Yeah.
Because there are so many cool characters that it's like it'd be cool if your like alternative form had customizations. You were saying you play as the guy that looks like Goku when he gets all old or whatever. Yeah. If you could make like they had the alternative version was like a silver variant or whatever. If you could play around with that and make it look more unique, so it's not like a million Gokus fighting each other.
Army Goku.
I would really, really love that.
Surprised we didn't get an honorable mention for the boomerang in Legend of Zelda. I thought for sure someone would throw that out there. Enemies coming at you, throw the boomerang, back them up, and you run and do little.
Again, my last Nintendo console or system was back in the GBA, so I haven't played a Zelda game since then.
He hasn't touched a Nintendo system since the stylus came out.
My last Zelda game was Twilight Princess, and I beat that, and I'm so mad that I haven't gotten Skyward Sword yet.
I heard that's really good.
Broke.
Skyward Sword was out of this world. That game was amazing. I didn't really like Twilight Princess all that much.
Yeah.
That's just me. But Skyward Sword, I could see kids in a few years that played that kind of like when I played Ocarina of Time when that came out.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of Skyward Sword.
Nice.
There's a 3DS remake of that one. And
Yeah.
Only 2 people here have the 3DS, though.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Mm.
2 out of 4.
Yeah.
Got a good
2
mix
out of
here.
4.
50%.
50%.
Yeah, 50%. That's cool, but
For all you kids doing math out there.
I think we need like a nice community gaming event going on sooner rather than later. The podcast gaming extravaganza.
Hell yeah.
Do we all have a PS3?
Well, Dan doesn't anymore.
I do.
Shut up! Don't remind.
Well, yeah, aside from that.
I've never heard of anyone trading in their PlayStation for a Vita. I always hear that, you get the Vita so you can do the cross-platform. That's an interesting use case.
I thought that the Vita was gonna be like one of the coolest things in the world. I'm sorry, Sony let me down.
It's a cool device.
It's a great
It's
device.
really nice looking.
Nice looking. That's exactly what it is.
It
It's
has
nice.
a great personality.
It's
That's
just
what the Vita is.
not that deep
No,
right
butter-
now.
Tell you what, the thing
Butter.
is sexy. But so far it's
But I
shallow.
can always go and grab another PS3. Doesn't matter to me.
Good. I would
Make
make some
something
PS4,
happen.
but yeah.
I mean, the PS4 though.
Mm,
Gotta have it.
yummy.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Can't wait.
Do they put out any solid number as to how long the actual stream length is if you hit the share
I
thing?
would love to know that because I was considering getting an Elgato capture
5
device to
seconds.
do some like commentary and to do some like let's play stuff because that's something that's I would love to do on this channel. But I'm waiting to hear the details on that because if it's all dependent on how much space you have on your hard drive,
I heard 15 minutes.
that's not bad.
I was hoping for, like, you could use external hard drive space and have it all go to that, and then you can do it for as long as you wanted, basically.
That
But
would
then
be
there's
better.
probably, like, a million factors. Like, I remember Just Cause 2, you could do, like, replays or whatever. It didn't do them in HD, but it had a limit, and you would notice there'd be a slight drop in gameplay performance when you were recording them. So I was kind of hoping that they would have made it so it would replace getting one of those boxes, because I'm right now on the fence of buying the Roxio HD or whatever. Does anyone capture stuff through HDMI?
No. Not this guy.
Not yet.
I would love to know like a good example of what to get, because there's so many options, and then so many of these people have given a lot of them 1-star reviews because they have like shitty computers or they don't know how to work it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I had to buy an HDMI cable to attach to it. Screw this product, 1 star. It's like, you're not rating the product, you're rating your interaction with it. So I gotta know soon, because I'm on the same boat as you, Will, where I want to start recording stuff and start to do commentary.
From what I hear, from what's out there, Elgato is where to go when it comes to game capturing.
It's actually called Elgato?
Yeah, Elgato. Like, it's kind of funny.
Cat?
Yeah,
What
the
company
cat.
makes it?
Huh?
What company makes it?
I think Elgato makes.
Elgato?
Oh, that's what Elgato's like.
Elgato makes Elgato.
Yeah. Hold on, let me give you a link real quick.
Well, your camera's frozen on my screen.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
How about
fine
now?
on the screen, man. I can still see it.
Yeah, you're moving.
Weird.
All right.
No, not me. That's strange. Am I frozen on anybody else's screen?
Nope, you're
Oh,
moving.
Okay.
Good.
Weird.
Skype.
You just got this like weird half smile going on, and it's kind of creepy. Like, shit. Oh man.
Well, what have we talked about?
That's funny.
Might be kids watching. You gotta be careful.
I'm gonna have to send this to you. You open up Photoshop and edit it. Holy shit.
At least you're not rocking a molest stash, so that's good.
Indeed.
Not yet.
Not until next week.
Until next week.
By the way, next week something big happens. We'll get onto that in the gaming news section.
Yep.
But I think we kind of talked about a little bit of what we're playing now. I guess I'll start off by saying I just played the Fuse demo. I also played the Resident Evil Revelations demo. Those were both good. Fuse caught me off guard completely. I thought that game was going to be pretty crappy. The original idea for Fuse was supposed to be like Overstrike by Insomniac. Those are the guys, who did Resistance and Ratchet and Clank. I'm a big fan of this stuff. This game is a sleeper hit. I'm just going to go out and say that now. I think this game has a lot of potential. It's a 4-player co-op game. Utilizes really unique weapons, just like Insomniac is known for. You guys should check it out. Get the demo, download that shit, play it with me so that we can see. My favorite character so far is the stealth character. I think her name is I don't remember what her name is, but it's something.
So it's like character based, or you actually play as a role instead of making your own little custom guy?
Basically, so there's one character who has, like, every character has their own special abilities. They're all completely unique. They all have their specific weapons that are, like, based on alien tech that they found. It's called the Fuse element. And so one character has this gun that can basically lift people and crystallize them and then blow them up, essentially.
What?
Crazy! It's so badass. It's so crazy. She's also a medic. So she throws out this beacon that heals the team. I think there's like a limit of how many times you can do that within like a cooldown time. But she's pretty cool. It's kind of like it's almost like a shotgun type of thing. There's one character who does like submachine guns and stealth type of thing. So she can create she can essentially create black holes. When she shoots certain enemies, it is a chance that the black hole will form and then it'll suck other enemies in and then explode. So,
oh my God,
she's the winning member for me. I'm going to be using her a lot. There's one character who has this giant mag shield. It's crazy. Like it's kind of like the auger in Resistance, so you can like set it down, or you can move with it, and your team could be behind you, and you can all be like shooting at the enemy and stuff like that, and you can send out shockwaves. And these weapons have like they're not unlimited resources, of course, but there's another character, this black dude who has I think he calls it the arc shot. It's a crossbow that when you shoot someone, he's kind of like the sniper. You shoot someone, they go on fire, and then people near them go on fire. So you basically disintegrate people with a fucking crossbow. And
nice.
That deserves my money.
I never even heard of it.
It's been under the radar. Like it was supposed to be Overstrike at first, and it had like cartoony graphics, and I was really on board for that. And I wish they would have stuck to that, but they kind of went with, I guess, a more realistic version, but they still have comedy in there. So they kind of take what they know from Resistance and what they know from Ratchet and Clank and kind of put them into one game as a co-op experience, and I'm okay with that. But it's not getting any hype. Like people aren't really paying attention to it because it's changed so much over the development course, and it's at the end of a console cycle, so it's kind of in rough standing in terms of like marketability. But I advise everyone who has a PS3, it's on Xbox as well, I think. Everyone who has it, go out and download the demo, play it for yourself. You can switch between characters if you're playing solo at any point in the game. Like while you're in the middle of a gunfight, you can select and then switch to the guy with the arc shot and snipe someone, and then go back to the mag shield guy, like whenever you want.
Pretty cool.
It's kind of badass. I want to rant on that a little bit because it's not getting enough exposure out there, and I want it to. So,
and there's a demo out right now?
There's a demo out right now.
Okay.
It's called Fuse. Download that shit. All right. No!
We're ending the podcast.
That's it.
We're going to go play Fuse. Oh, wait, no, Dan, man. Sorry.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Good.
You see that smile?
Yeah, you said there were 4 character classes, right, Will?
Yeah, there's 4 character classes.
Nice. Yeah, marketability is so important in the industry today. I mean, you look at what happens to the title like Kingdoms of Amalur, which is something I'm playing right now. That game is awesome. I mean, that game is really good. But it didn't get any kind of the right marketing, and their studio went out of business because of it. The game itself, I think IGN gave it a 9, although, I mean, I don't personally really care for all of their reviews. Their previous stuff is awesome, but a lot of people that played that game that just kind of picked it up on a whim, found out that the game was actually early X RPG, open world RPG. And but what killed it was poor marketability. So we could be looking at that with views, and then the same kind of thing happened with Brink. Brink wasn't marketed correctly. It wasn't a great game by any means, but it was interesting. It should have had some.
It was an interesting concept, definitely.
I think you point to a really good point there, Will. That games need to be marketed correctly, or else they have no chance. Right. Especially with the state of the industry right now, they have no chance without the right marketing. So, I'll definitely try out Views and let you know what I think.
Definitely.
Hopefully, get some attention because it sounds like it's pretty neat.
Is it a multiplayer demo?
It is multiplayer, so you can play with 4 people.
We found our game night.
Yeah, buddy. I'm on board.
Sorry, Dan.
No, it's cool. It's all right. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. I think I learned a valuable lesson here.
What did we learn?
Shut the fuck up, Will.
Have you at least gotten Soul Sacrifice for the Vita or Persona 4 Golden?
No, I got Persona 4 for PS2. I'm still playing that. And, I recently picked that up because the Persona 4 fighting game came out, so I wanted to get into the series. But I didn't know about Soul Sacrifice. So I gotta say that is what I missed on the Vita. But when I had a Vita, the only games that were out were the NFL game and Assassin's Creed.
Well, there's a lot more stuff out now. Like Gravity Rush, from what I hear from a lot of people, is a great game, and it's got a great art style. Definitely pick up Uncharted, the Uncharted game for that. I heard it's pretty good as well. For PlayStation Plus members, you get that for free, both Gravity Rush and Uncharted. So you get it, as a bonus for being a member.
Do they have Journey out on Vita yet?
It's not on Vita.
It should be.
That needs to be on Vita. If they're serious about pushing the independent market, they got to get games like Journey and Flower out there.
And the other thing too is like the indie development. I think it's a really good idea to stick to indie development for Vita, as well as the stuff that they're doing with like their first party stuff, because the tablets and the phone markets are taking over in a lot of ways, and they don't have the exclusive rights to some of these games that you get on PS3 and on Xbox. So if you can capture that mobile market, because these games are already made basically with the ability to have them mobile, because they can be played in short bursts. If they integrate that within their business model for the Vita, as well as the stuff that they're doing with like Soul Sacrifice, they'll be fine.
They got to be careful.
Short bursts. My dick.
The biggest thing they got to fix
has begun.
The remote play feature. The remote play is horrible.
Yeah.
There's certain games that you can play, and I know this sounds kind of like backwards and stupid, but the PlayStation 3 has to have the game. It has to be running. And you can use the Vita if like you're in the kitchen or something through Wi-Fi. It allows you to do this thing called remote play, where sort of like the Wii U gamepad thing, you're playing on your Vita. Like I know Shadow of the Colossus works like that, Tokyo Jungle works like that, and God of War Collection. The thing is, it plays like shit. Like, it's super slow. It's super just when you hit a button and then a few seconds later something happens. It's just so poorly executed. And that's what the PlayStation 4 is really pushing, is this Vita remote play integration.
And from what they showed on the show floor, it looks like it's working properly. So kudos to them if they get it to work.
So they automatically connect like the Wii U gamepad does, where there's like not even a millisecond of delay.
Right.
I'll tell you what, their move to the cloud is going to be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be huge. The only problem there is that, people are, and I don't think you guys, did you guys watch the podcast last week? I'm in the cloud industry, but one of the things that really bothered me about Sony was, that network outage, and moving to the cloud is really going to help them in a lot of ways, especially with what you're talking about, right there. But I'm kind of worried about like information security, like how if people are going to trust them, with their information, because already people are talking about, possible privacy issues and things like that. But all the data that's going to be in their cloud, if it's not secured adequately, it's going to be interesting to see how people respond to that, considering what happened back in April of 2011.
Right.
I'm a little bit wary myself, because it was nerve wracking to be like, all my information's out there,
right,
and they don't come out for a few weeks with a statement. So it should be an interesting move, but definitely I think moving to the cloud is going to help them with a lot of things, especially with processes and things like that. It's going to be nice for them to be able to pull their resources that way.
Definitely.
So.
So you guys mentioned a lot of you are playing Monster Hunter. You mentioned
2 out of 4, Will. 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
2 out of 4, 50%.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys are playing right now that you would like to add to the gaming section?
Soul Hackers is pretty good.
Soul Hackers.
Really?
About that.
It's a first-person dungeon crawling. Persona is part of the series called Shin Megami Tensei,
Yeah.
and this is one of the spin-offs of the Mega Ten series, where you play as these people who are part of this organization who basically use computer gun things to summon monsters and also defeat monsters. And it's more the same. It plays kind of like Strange Journey, where it's first person. If anyone here has played like Etrian Odyssey, any of those,
it sounds a little bit like Wizardry.
yeah, the same old style of like first person dungeon crawling. And then the monsters appear. You never see your character.
Right.
You always it's all first person interactions. It's really good though. It's very well done.
Nice.
There's like some really low rated or low hyped Mega 10 game from like Sega Saturn and PlayStation, and then they finally remade it for the 3DS and then re-released it.
Yeah.
So, because Shin Megami Tensei 4 comes out in July, I think.
Yep.
It's gonna be amazing.
So that's your anticipated game for
Animal Crossing.
Oh, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is my highly anticipated game.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure part of myself is still playing the original on GameCube.
I am.
I remember. Oh man, I can't even start talking about. Wow, Animal Crossing. That game is awesome.
I want to play Pikmin. That sounds like a really cool game.
Mm-hmm.
New Pikmin game does look really amazing. Not gonna lie, with the whole flying Pikmin thing and things like that.
Yeah.
But I was never really a big fan of that series. TBH. What? Completed file transfer. Oh, okay, cool. Everybody gets to see Creepy Smile. Nice.
Yeah, I was like, what is this that you're sending? Oh, that's a good smile right there. That is a smile of a freaking champ.
Right.
All right. That's your rape face. That's exactly what that is.
Thanks.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Appreciate that. That's very much appreciated.
I would say the games that I'm playing right now, I'm in an RPG mode lately. I mean, I play a lot of dying in Call of Duty, and Will can attest to that. Been playing some Dead Space and stuff, but I've been playing Kingdoms of Amalur a lot, and also Dragon's Dogma, which is criminally underrated, as
It's
well
a very
as
good game.
that game is extremely good, and also Ni no Kuni. So I got those three just on the RPG front. They're taking up a lot of my time when I get to play. I'm also playing. I'm trying to beat Far Cry 3. I just need to get it out of the way.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a good game. Yeah, it is a good game. I've got quite a few games. I need to beat Borderlands 2 at some point. But my most anticipated game of the year is Final Fantasy X HD.
Woo!
By far and away. What's that?
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yeah,
and,
it's coming.
It's my favorite game ever. The Final Fantasy franchise. But if I had to pick one, it'd probably be 10. 7, 8, or 10.
I'm
Probably
an
10.
8, man.
They're screwing over all the Vita owners with that game because they're releasing it for both Vita and for PlayStation 3. If you buy a PlayStation 3 version, you get Final Fantasy X and X-2 included. But if you buy the Vita one, you have to buy them separately.
What they should do is, if you buy it on either PS3 or the Vita, just have both of them available for your Vita.
That should have the cross-buy feature.
Right, and that's what PlayStation All Stars had, and a lot of people bought it just for the sake of having something that they can play on both. So that's something worth looking at, Sony. If you guys are trying to get more people involved in the Vita, you should do that more.
Yeah.
Because I would be more inclined to buy a Vita if I was able to do that. It's like, hey, I'm able to. It's a game that can run perfectly fine on the Vita without a problem, and if it's on a PS, it should be a given. But what do I know?
I'll say this. Final Fantasy X HD is my most anticipated game, but as far as new games are concerned, I got to go with Outlast for PC. Outlast. Have you guys heard of this?
You told me about it a little bit, but I want you to.
It's coming out in the summer now. I haven't bought a PC game since probably since Painkiller, and maybe even before that. I don't even think I bought Painkiller. I think it was Max Payne, but this game is as true to the roots of survival horror as you can get. But what they actually have done is they've gotten real world like data based on what makes an experience terrifying. And actually went and to lead researchers about what affects the human mind and what terrifies people the most. And they put up a demo of it at PAX, and apparently the vast majority of reporters that were assigned to play through the demo couldn't finish it because it was too terrifying. And IGN has a really good article up on it. The guy was explaining it, and I actually saw the demo myself, and it scared me so bad that it's everything that I could that you could want for a true survival horror fan. It's a first person based game, but you have no real weapon. You have a night vision camera.
Oh, and great!
The only ammo in the game are batteries for your night vision camera, which you can run out. And there are these things that stalk you, but it's not just the premise of the game. It takes place in an abandoned mental asylum that's been reopened for charity and research. But you go there and all this crazy stuff is happening. But look up the story demo trailer. It should be on YouTube, and it'll give you a good example. I think they should name the game "Rest in Peace, Phone Users," because they hit you on audio, visual, to just they run the whole gambit on you, but it's not predictable, and that's what makes it terrifying. It's like every step you take in the game looks like it's going to be, Herculean effort. Like it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be a true survival horror title. None of that. I got rocket launchers, and it's like you can't even defend yourself. You can only run. Kind of like Clock Tower in that regard. But I mean, it looks like it's going to be a game that just terrifies everybody that plays it. And in fact, some of the people that play the demo said they will never play it again because it's too scary. So I'm gonna.
Hey, we just got a feed for Dan again. Sorry to interrupt you. He was standing still for the entire time that you were talking.
Hey.
Yeah, you're back. But yeah, that's the type of game I've been waiting to see for a while. A game that makes me terrified. I mean, I'll say that Silent Hill gave me a legitimate phobia of mannequins, and Dead Space of vents.
Yeah, Dead Space 1 fucking scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. But Outlast really looks like it's going to finally be that title that really delivers on a pure survival horror level in the modern age. So I was pretty excited about that. PC game comes out in the summer, but definitely check out the story demo. It looks awesome. And wear headphones when you watch it. Turn the volume up and wear headphones, and try not to piss your pants.
By the way, for viewers at home and for you guys, I guess, these are my Astro A40s, Black Oni. This is probably backwards right now. Yeah, these are pretty official.
Good.
If you want to get your own pair, you let me know in a comment section or in a personal message, and I can do my best.
I'll do my best.
I'll do my best. I'm not working any miracles here or anything, but I make things look pretty sometimes.
Nice.
Are those magnetized?
Yeah, so you just take them off and you can change them. They have default ones that are MLG and put them right back on. It's pretty badass. I love these headphones. Astro A40s.
They look very nice.
Yeah, they produce some very, very solid sound.
Watch that Outlast demo wearing them, man.
Yeah, I'm about to do that.
You'll throw them out the window.
Fuck that.
Record yourself watching the Outlast demo and have that at the end of the podcast. With just a light on you.
You should do that. You really should.
All right, I'll do it.
You should do that. It's about 4.5 minutes.
I'll do it. For you guys at home, for you guys involved in this podcast, I will do that for you. And if I scream, there is no judgment allowed.
Yeah, you'll jump. It's fine though. Everyone has.
It's pretty cool.
Oh shit! I'm watching it right now. Oh my god!
Are you watching it right now?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm not gonna do it right now. because I'm gonna lose track of what I was gonna say next if I do that. So
Yeah, we're what is it? Yeah, 1:15 already. Wow.
yeah, time flies, man.
It does.
I love doing this podcast. This is only the second one I've done so far, and I'm really happy and excited that we have viewers. We have people interested in being members of the Black Oni family for the podcast, and I'm looking forward to doing a whole bunch more. This is fun times.
I think I just dropped our viewership by
Everyone, I'm gonna look at the statistics. And it's gonna say like an hour in, everyone just stopped watching.
Yeah.
All right. So I think we touched on this a little bit already. What our next purchases will be for gaming. I'm definitely getting a PS4. I'm hoping to get a Vita as well to kind of integrate my Sony experience. But is there anything outside of what we've already talked about that you guys are interested in buying?
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon X and Y.
Exactly, man.
Nice.
Gotta get
The
that.
Nintendo Power Glove.
Stop making fun of the Nintendo fanboys.
Yeah.
I want to get a Wii U, but I don't see the value in doing it right now, and I don't think I will see the value in doing it for a very long time. And that's the problem that the Wii U is having right now. Is that
Nintendo Land is pretty legit, though.
well, would you buy a Nintendo Wii for that though?
Yes. It's the only system it's on. Duh.
Okay, all right. Well, there
Bless
you
you,
go.
babe.
No, it's I think the Nintendo systems are really just like kind of party family game systems, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like you really buy them when you're like, all right, everybody, after dinner, let's all play the Wii, and you're like, yeah, all right, we'll play the Wii, you know, you and the kids. But other than that, I don't think right now it's anything considered serious gaming console,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
And the biggest de facto for that now is that Sony and Microsoft are tapping little by little into that market now. So, for example, the Kinect. I mean, I'm not getting the Kinect, but
Oh, yeah.
it's something fun that people can do with their families and like friends, and like they can just sit down, like play some little dance game or whatever, make them all look really stupid
On PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think Wii's in a very interesting position right now. What it's doing for E3 is really cool because they're gonna be they're not gonna have a press conference, so that kind of bums a lot of people out. But they're gonna have kiosks at Best Buys around the nation. There are certain ones that will allow you to play new Wii U games that they're announcing at E3. So that's fucking awesome.
That's a really good strategy, but it still doesn't make up for not having confidence.
They're having a Nintendo Direct right before E3, and they're having specific media-oriented, like, I guess, panels. They're not doing, like, their big fanfare thing this year, but they're still having a presence at E3.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're going to be at E3, but they're going to be quiet.
Yeah.
And I think during the last podcast we talked about how important it is for Nintendo right now to be as loud as possible. So
Well, the thing about Nintendo Direct is like they're as loud as they need to be because if you have the system, then it just feeds directly to you as a pretty much subscriber.
But the thing is, they're preaching to the choir. Those are people who already have the system.
Yeah, that's true. You have a point there, but still, maybe they only want the choir now.
All they need to do is have their president punch a few more people in the face. That's it. It's all the publicity you're going to need. And then while he's punching them, have him throw out the name of some titles. People will be like,
Monster Hunter!
Yeah, they are killing with the Monster Hunter license because they have 4 coming out in the summer, and that's like the most popular game in Japan, aside from Puzzle and Dragons for mobile devices, which is it's addicting, but it's so simplistic. Monster Hunter is the reason why the 3DS is popular right now, and it was actually the reason why the Wii U sold out pretty much in all of Europe. It was because of this game. And they did fairly well. This is the first time they've ever had a Monster Hunter title that actually pulled its weight outside of Japan.
That's interesting.
So it's almost confirmed that we'll get the 4th one, which is also a 3DS exclusive, which kind of sucks because there's so much potential for the Vita. It would look amazing on the Vita, but they won't do it.
They need that on the Vita. I would buy it.
And the camera would be better too, because I don't have the Circle Pad Pro, so I can't adjust the camera without using the stupid fucking D-pad. I hate that crap.
D-pad?
It's awful.
Yeah,
What D-pad stands for now.
What does it stand for, you said?
Douchepad.
Douchepad. Yeah, totally. That's what it is. The
Map
douchepad.
this button to the douchepad.
So the next bit of news for gaming news, I'm proud to announce, I posted it on Facebook, on the Black Oni Facebook page, and also my personal one. We're on N4G now. We are public. We are out on the internet. Everyone knows.
Mom, yeah, Mom.
Yeah, right,
Nice.
right.
Victory fanfare all day.
So I'm
Just got internet.
I'm very proud of it. Thank you, viewers, and everyone who's been involved in the process for support and continuing support. Keep watching or listening, whatever you're doing. Keep looking out for more content. There's going to be a whole bunch more stuff on the way. I already have like all these plans and visions and more podcasts, more gaming impressions and kind of vlogs and stuff like that. I'm sure you will be seeing more of Greed and your homie D. Definitely you will be seeing more Bauer, and you'll be seeing more of me. Thank you again, everyone, for watching us talk about games and being nerdy.
Super nerdy.
Yeah, man. So the next thing is this isn't just about Square Enix. This is about a lot of companies. But the focus on mobile gaming, not in terms of like Vita and DS, Nintendo DS, but smartphones and tablets.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of at a loss for words exactly on how I feel about this, because Square Enix has had a lot of opportunities to please their fans, to please investors. They've had tremendous opportunities for like Final Fantasy 14, for example, Final Fantasy Versus 13,
Kingdom Hearts
3, any game that's not Final Fantasy 13. Dragon's Quest. Where are these games? Final Fantasy 7 remake. You're remaking Final Fantasy 10 HD, which is amazing. But people, there are people who are Square Enix fans who said literally the only thing they want from them now is just remake or just make the same game with prettier graphics. Like that's all they want. And now they're saying, you know what, we're going to focus more on mobile because this is where we think that we'll get more money out of, we'll get more support from.
Mobile's easy money, though. Like, statistics show that if you release a free game and you just do microtransactions, if the game has a low enough overhead, like a lot of these Square Enix ports that they're doing of old Final Fantasy titles, they ported Theater Rhythm to the iPhone, they ported World Ends With You to the iPhone, and they're just re-releases. The overhead is nothing, pretty much, except maybe just some conversion to whatever I don't know anything about how to convert a touch title to a touch title on another system, or in this case a mobile platform, but the overhead can't be that much as opposed to like developing a whole new game, especially an HD title, and people are buying them for Square Enix is infamous for charging these exorbitant amounts of money for their re-releases. Like the new Final Fantasy one that just came out was like, what was it, like 15?
I think.
Yeah, it was insane for a mobile one. And people just buying microtransaction stuff.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much being forced to do it because, you know, with their huge financial loss, you know, if they can find easy money, they're going to find it, regardless if that means mobile, tablets, you know, AAA titles for consoles, PC gaming. I think right now they don't really have too much of a choice. I think that they need to focus at least somewhat on the mobile market because there is so much to be had there, and considering their financial state right now, and I don't think they have too much of a choice. I hate it, and I don't feel bad for their financial state because I'm of the opinion that Enix ruined everything as far as Square is concerned. But, you know, they really put themselves there, and now as far as from a business perspective, I just don't think they have a choice. I think they got to focus on it, at least somewhat. Now, I don't want to see them completely and totally focus on it, you know, but they also need to get out Final Fantasy 13 Versus, or Versus, or however you want to say it.
They need to.
Final Fantasy. That I'm really frustrated with it because it has the potential to bring them back on the map and release a classic legendary Final Fantasy title. got a world map. It's going to be dark. It's got an airship. It's supposedly touching.
It's got an airship.
That's all. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's all they had to do.
An airship. They brought back towns,
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't know if it's going to be released. They say it's still in development, but then again, I mean, Duke Nukem Forever did come out, so I have faith that anything can come out.
Let's hope this doesn't end like Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah. I still appreciate it though. I got the special edition of it, and it was just.
Was it like Balls of Steel edition?
I had fun. Yeah, I had fun with it for what it was. Like, I understood I was playing a game from back in the day. More or less, they just released it in that state. I'm glad it came out, but yeah, it's got to be better than Duke Nukem.
I find it interesting that you think that Enix was the reason that Square is they're not doing so well, because their main franchise that's actually keeping them afloat is an Enix title.
What is that?
Yeah, well,
Dragon Quest is their main IP in Japan.
Yeah,
in Japan, but
yeah, in Japan. I think that it's not as much as that as it is. I think that ever since they merged, I think that the teams and the development of their games and their ideas, where their direction has gone, has been increasingly skewed. I think they're very far behind the times, and since they joined, there hasn't been, in my opinion at least, there hasn't been a great Final Fantasy title. They've had some decent titles, but Kingdom Hearts 2 was a really good one. I think they were Square Enix at that point. In fact, I know they were. But other than that, I've seen, Square, and when they turned into Squaresoft, they were awesome. And then from Squaresoft to Square Enix, I've just seen them decline. And I never thought that the two companies could coexist. And it's just, I think the cycle with Enix looking to put them out of business, and we talked about this on the last podcast, how Final Fantasy was a result of Enix getting ready to put Square out of business. And then you come, all these years later, and now they're having financial issues. And I don't know. I didn't like the merger. I thought they were two totally different companies with two totally different visions. And it's almost like they can't decide what they want to do or what they want to do now.
That's a really good point.
That's just my opinion. I mean, I do like them both in their own rights, but as a single entity, I've kind of had, issues getting into their games or appreciating what they've done in general.
Yeah, I think you make a good point when you say it looks like they don't really know what direction they want to go in, because for a majority of their they try to implement so many different things in their games. So, like, for example, Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns second edition, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. Basically, they're like, oh, we can make Assassin's Creed meets Final Fantasy meets basically. And I don't. It doesn't look like a fun game, and I wish they would kind of let Final Fantasy 13 die, so that they can move on to some other projects.
Yes.
I can't believe they're doing Lightning Returns. I can't believe they're doing a third one.
It's a game no one asked for.
Nobody.
No one.
I didn't want 2. I didn't play 2.
I didn't play 2 either.
13-2 was better than 13, but 13 was by far the worst Final Fantasy game I've ever played.
Yes.
And then to go from that to hearing there's a sequel, and then a spin-off, and then another sequel, and then all this other stuff that came from it. It's like, why? Why did you pick the worst one?
This is one of the things that I'm talking about. They're making really bad business decisions, and that's why I'm kind of dumbfounded by the idea that.
And they don't dump them. They don't. They're like, It's like the Jets sticking to using Mark Sanchez instead of putting in a proven winner in Tim Tebow. Just saying, just throwing that out there. But it's the same type of mentality. It's like, you know what, we've made a bad decision, but we're just going to continue to try to build upon that bad decision. We're not going to end, Final Fantasy 13. We're going to make 2 sequels that nobody cares about, and we're going to try and do spin-offs of it. I just don't understand why they're doing that.
It's the same thing they did with Final Fantasy 7 though, except more people like that. Like Dirge of Cerberus, who played that?
Well, that's the point though. More people liked it.
More time was named cigarettes in it.
That was a morbid game.
And Dirge of Cerberus came out 5 or 6 years after Final Fantasy 7 came out, so it's like they gave it some time to.
But still, they're doing the same fucking thing. It's just like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, let's do a story based around Vincent, okay? This idea starts off well, and then they say, well, you know what, let's make a shooter.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 7 shooter.
Yeah.
This is what you do well, is you make good shooters. I just don't know what they're doing anymore. It's sad. It's depressing.
No one really does.
Did anyone ever play The Bouncer?
I did.
I did.
That's my game. It was short as hell.
It was really short. It confuses me because it felt like a game that took place in the Final Fantasy universe.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just because the guy looked like Sephiroth with horns and a cactuar jacket. I wish they would make another like beat 'em up.
Mm.
Yeah.
It wasn't a horrible game. I wish it was longer and had more
I'm-
story to it, but
Anyone here play Dream Drop Distance?
yeah.
Yeah.
That
I
sounds
mean,
like
how
a
do you
drug,
feel about
man.
that being like canon to the Kingdom Hearts series as opposed to Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah. The fact that what's his face is now
Keyblade Master?
yeah, he has
Riku?
his body back.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
In Dream Drop Distance.
Axel or
Yeah,
whatever.
I remember Axel.
Yeah.
He gets
Okay.
his body back and now he's what was his real name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leia's real name.
Yeah. It's some
Yeah.
really femmy name.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So now he's going to be a Keyblade player. And what, Kyrie, too, or whatever, was...
Yeah. Kyrie is also a Keyblade Master now. So, I think, I don't know, I feel like maybe they'll have two teams. They'll have, like, the Kingdom Hearts team and the Disney team now.
Mm.
But, you know, that might be cool to play with, but I'd only play with the Kingdom Hearts team, because fuck
Yeah.
Disney. I don't really, I don't really want to play with
sucked. There was, like, no Square characters in that game.
Yeah.
There was, like,
Pretty
no
much.
one.
That's really weird.
Nobody you knew. But I don't know. I just I don't know if that's really the direction they're going in. We're still talking about Square here, where they're just gonna keep throwing at us unfamiliar things and new territory. I'll welcome it as an adventurer. I'll welcome it, a game adventurer. But I agree with everybody on not Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 13, where they should just kill that with fire.
You know the reason they're making all these extra Final Fantasy 13s? When Final Fantasy 13 came out, my friend is in game development, and he went to GDC and was telling me a lot about the Square panel they had. And apparently they have so much extra data from when they created Final Fantasy 13 that they took out of the game that they could create another game. And that's how the second game came.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was all this extra data. They had a world map. They had towns. They had an entire structure for Lightning's residence and
That
stuff.
makes me really pissed off.
And yeah, they're using all that old data. That's probably why it's stretching so long, because it took them forever to make this game, and they just wasted all these resources.
It's a total cliche. Not one or two of them. Like literally every single character was a cliche, or just a walking cliche.
I will say that Fang was a badass, though. I love her.
Fang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fang was cool. She's no Kane though.
No,
She wanted to be.
she's no Orin, but
Yeah, for
she.
sure.
I like her. I'm going to do a digital illustration of her.
Everything about that game hurt me emotionally, though. So. Seriously, I stopped playing when we got to the second planet. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Turned it off. Like, I got Alexander for Hope, and then I was like, this is just too much.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. And I like Final Fantasy series. I really do. I have all of them from PlayStation to 13, really. But I couldn't take that game. I could not.
They definitely need to take Final Fantasy 13 by the hand and walk it down the center of oncoming traffic. And
Wow.
They just really they just need to kill it. But you know they're not going to, and that's the most infuriating part.
And that's,
you know,
that's frightening. If it's in order, I'll do it. I'm like, okay.
Do they have videos of the Lightning Returns reveal? And like an entire audience of people not giving a shit?
I'm pretty sure I saw a couple people just like,
I would love to see that. I don't think I've seen that yet.
yeah,
Mhm.
I
I'm
would love to
picturing
see it,
everything.
too.
I'm visualizing it all, and I'm just like, yeah, that if I was there, I'd have been like, fucking serious.
Yeah.
So,
This
did
is
she
what
ever
I came out
leave?
here for?
I will say the one good thing from 13 was the battle theme. That was excellent.
yeah,
Oh.
I gotta admit.
Theme. Not the battle system, the battle theme.
No,
The
battle
song for battle.
The system was so complicated. You just tapped X.
Yeah, most of the time I figured it out, but I spent some time figuring it out. It wasn't kind of like an apparent, hey, this situation, blah 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 blah. Like I was switching
hate-
between like Ravager and like fucking. After a little while, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't care anymore.
I like to see them focus on a remake of one of their older titles. I mean, I know kind of a remake of this title came out on the original PlayStation, but if they remade Secret of Mana,
Hmm.
same game, updated graphics, and then they remade Final Fantasy VII, I think those two titles, if done right, could put them right back on the map. They keep,
Okay.
again, they don't know where they want to go. if they just go back to what they were good at. I mean, it's kind of hard because now they're two companies that have merged, but I don't know. I just, at this point, it's almost like they're like, what do you want us to do? And it's like, let's just go back to doing what we know you can do, you know?
Xenogears. They need
Xeno-
to do Xenogears.
Xenosaga,
Yeah.
Xenogears. Yeah, they need to get
Except
back
from
on
what
that.
I understand, Xenoblade it's made by Monolith Soft, which is the company that made Xenosaga, which is the group that made Xenogears originally.
I like Xenosaga. I really do.
And like it's really convoluted. It's like splinter groups of these original like staff and developers who made Xenogears made this other company which made this spin-off which wasn't related to it but then was related to it. They even had Seaton's father in the game, or what it was. Oh no, Seaton's someone related to Seaton ended up being in the game. He's a character from Xenogears. And then it was supposed to build up to a possible Xenogears remake, and it never happened because they stopped making Xenosaga games. And then Xenoblade Chronicles came out, and that game is fantastic, and it's more the same, like, big robot thing. Like, that one's all on foot, but there's two giant robots that are the planets. And then from there they have a sequel, and there's very subtle things that are from the franchise that you notice, and, like, the fighting aspect is kind of the same, where you queue up attacks, except with Xenoblade, that's completely different. But
That came out on Wii,
whatever
right?
happened
Or
to that
Wii U?
franchise?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like,
I'd be
Again,
down for.
It was supposed to span like 3 generations of consoles, and they ended up scrapping the whole thing. They just scrapped it. You know?
I would be down for a new Mana game though, personally. As long as they don't make it like Dawn of Mana. Dawn of Mana would have been like a really fucking legit game. It had hordes of enemies, destructible environments, but the control system and the camera were just so god awful it would make you throw up if you ever played it high.
Is that the
Like-
PlayStation?
Dawn of Mana. It was for PS2. But and then after that, all the Mana games had been for I think the DS. After that, they had Heroes of Mana and something else, Mana, like Chronicles or whatever.
Yeah,
But a
that's
new
right.
Mana game, yeah, would be legit. Would be real legit. I agree with that sentiment right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
we've been spending a lot of time on Square Enix today.
Yeah, quite a bit.
One thing I want them to bring back though is a multiple weapon system and not just one weapon. You know how yeah, so you can use like a spear, or sword, like a fucking morning star, things like that. Not just like the fucking stupid sword and like some magical shit.
You guys remember in Secret of Mana where you'd hold down I think the Y button and you would have like a little bar and you could hold your back and be like and you'd hear that click and then you see the big bar. I want that system back, man.
Yeah.
Legend of Dragoon, man. That reminds me of Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, Legend of Dragoon was legit. First disc ever though to like an RPG, but it got so good after the first disc.
It did.
I couldn't get past the first disc, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That game was great.
It was really good, but the first disc is the definition of a slog and a bag to the head.
Yeah, it wasn't anything to write home about, but it had a great atmosphere. It had a cool battle system, and there were a bunch of different characters, and it fell under the unfortunate fate of being kind of a shadow of Final Fantasy VII, because I think around that time that's when Final Fantasy VII came out. But if they remade that game and implemented some modern technology, of course, and some modern ideas to the battle system, or even something kind of along the lines of like a Kingdom Hearts type of thing, they would have an excellent game, because I like it a lot.
What company made that game?
I think it was. Shit, I'm about to Google that right now.
What game?
I played a demo of it, but I've never actually followed it too much. I couldn't get into the art style, and I couldn't get into the characters. I was just really, really
Legend of
limited.
Dragoon.
Oh, it's Sony Entertainment of America, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's just a
It was
Sony.
a Sony game?
Yeah.
So what the? Come on, Sony. Come on.
That could be the next Vita title.
Yeah, seriously. We're giving you ideas here. You need to be paying us for this shit.
Yeah. We do accept. Just throwing that out there.
I'm gonna BRB.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So our next thing. Next thing we'll talk about, I guess, are the next game releases. Metro Last Light and Dust 514. Do you guys want to take a break, or are you guys good?
I'm good.
I'm trying to power through the end. Yeah, I'm gonna go help my brother move.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shout out to Flow Dog, by the way, man.
Flodo.
Dog gonna be playing some of that Mob of the Dead with us here soon.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Very nice. So Metro Last Light came out. Dust 514. A couple of other games you guys probably know about more than I do. What else is coming out this week? Or came out this week?
They had Super Metroid on the Wii U.
Oh,
Yeah?
It's 30 cents.
What's
Not bad.
funny is anybody that hasn't played Super Metroid, I would say buy a Wii U to play.
There goes your exclusive game right there.
I love Super Metroid, man. That's in my top 25 favorite games ever. Maybe even my top 10. I love that game. I've played through that. I could probably go through that entire Brinstar area without looking at the screen at this point. That's 30 cents you said for that?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's such a great game. So anyone out there, if you do happen to have accidentally stumbled upon a Wii U purchase, definitely pick up Super Metroid. That game's amazing. Even to this
There's
day.
a really good article, I think it was Kotaku or Joystick, about how people nowadays don't know how to play Super Metroid. There are all these people taking, because you can take screen caps on the Wii U and then put them up on the Miiverse, which is like their closed off social network system, and then write stuff. And all these people are taking pictures at points when you need to get like the mine or the ball, being like, I think the game's broken, I'm stuck, I don't know how to get past this part. And it's like, because you need to go down and get the ball from the statue, you idiot.
Yeah, the statue hand, yeah.
They expect these things to be like either explained to them or like just available from the beginning, and all these people went into a panic, and there's like 10 screen caps of these people in these really stupid scenarios complaining like the game's broken or, oh, this game's stupid. It's like, no, you're stupid, the game's difficult for you.
Yeah, games have changed so much. Everyone expects everything to be given to them now.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
I'd like to see some people try to roll through Meridia if they haven't played the game before, see if they can find their suit upgrades and stuff like that. That's the type of game where there's some bosses you can't beat. I mean, you can access them, but you can't beat them until you get certain upgrades. So I can totally see people like trying to kill a boss and being like, this game blows, and meanwhile they're playing like one of the greatest games ever, in my opinion at least. But yeah, games definitely have changed the way that we play them for sure, and the way that developers make them. But I wish games were a little bit more challenging myself.
Right.
Especially a game like the Prince of Persia that came out for PS3, the one that had some beautiful
Cell shaded.
Cell shaded.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah, I didn't play it, but I played a couple hours of it. I didn't play through it. But what frustrated me about it was you literally couldn't die in it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Could you?
No, it's impossible to die. It would just restart, and that girl would save you.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's okay.
I was going to say, I think that's a really cool gameplay mechanic because it keeps you into the game. You don't have to. I mean, it makes the game easy, but it still keeps track of how many times she saves you. So technically, you are dying. It's just the way that they're presenting the idea of you still staying within the game and staying within the immersion of the action. It makes it make sense. So like, you can't just like restart life. So, but I mean, clearly there's a lot of stuff going on in the game that doesn't happen in real life. But like, if there was a person who had the ability to like fly around and shit like that, they would save you in that situation. So that is essentially you dying in game format.
Which game is this?
Prince of Persia.
Yeah,
Okay.
The one for PS3 and 360, the cell shaded one.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good game.
Didn't play it.
It's like $1.25.
Shit,
It's really cheap.
Wow.
that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I enjoyed that game a lot. I think a lot of people had criticisms because they said it was too easy, but it was really about the experience and just having fun with it. And that's something we discussed in the last podcast. Is just like how fun the game is, and if you're getting a really good story, that's what matters the most, really.
Yep.
But I can understand people saying it was too easy.
Yeah, and it just speaks kind of back to what we were talking about Super Metroid. I just think in general, the way games are made now, it's like for me personally, it's too much hand holding.
Mm-hmm.
And
Metroid is legit.
yeah, it is. The one thing that drives me absolutely crazy, and I got to touch on this while I'm sorry, is I got a degree from Penn State in environmental studies, but the fact that they don't make instruction books anymore for most games like EA, they have like, oh, you got the digital format. It's the most. I miss opening my game and then smelling the instruction book is like the first thing with the game. Yeah, it's like I've been doing that since I was a kid, and now like increasingly I'm finding like my instruction books are, like for MLB The Show, a super complicated game, sports game. Their entire instruction book is in the XMB separated from the game. You actually have to perform quick game to get out of the instruction book to play the game. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
I hate that trend in the video game world right now.
Yeah,
I understand environmental reasons and stuff, but I say chop the trees, take them down, then watch Fern Gully to make yourself feel better. That's just, I had to get that out. I'm sorry.
No, that's totally fine. That's a legitimate concern.
I used to read them while I was waiting to play the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
If I was on the train or something, I would just have the instruction manual to look at. Now I can look at the pictures on the back.
Right. That's it.
That entertains you for 2 seconds.
Right. I remember when Devil May Cry 3 came out, and I was hanging out with some friends, and we went to GameStop and got the game, and we was on our way back home on a train. We were just looking through this game's gonna be so sick.
Yeah.
And we can't do that anymore. One, because I don't buy my games from GameStop anymore. I get most of them online. Again, if you guys at home, make sure you're following Facebook.com/BlackOni. There's a bunch of gaming deals on there all the time. But yeah, I do miss that though.
Plug for Mountain Dew.
I think that's aloe vera juice, isn't it? That's the
Mountain Dew.
shit. So good. So good. There was a quick little story. When I was in New York, living in there for a month as part of a school program, we went we had an allowance and we could go to the store and get stuff. And every time we went to the store, I always got aloe vera. I always had it. And it had different variations.
Good for your skin.
It is good for your skin.
Nice.
Apparently.
That's why I'm glowing.
Oh, shit.
Well, you might also be pregnant.
I could possibly, maybe.
Hey, Arnold Schwarzenegger got pregnant in that Junior movie.
He figured it out.
Which he did.
Wow.
This conversation just took a very awkward turn.
Anyway.
Moving
That's
forward.
what got Arnold pregnant.
Schwarzenegger breakers. Let's
Wow.
So anyway, here's an interesting idea. The Gran Turismo dilemma, I call it. They are releasing Gran Turismo 6 on PS3. I don't remember what the release date is.
Holiday 2013.
Okay, so holiday 2013 when the PS4 is launching. And I have mixed feelings about this because I think it's a good idea to keep people engaged on the PS3s. But I'm pretty sure they knew about the PS4 a long time ago.
Yeah, they have it in development for PS4 as well.
So is it actually a thing that's happening?
Yeah.
You can buy?
The thing that I'm confused about is that Gran Turismo and Drive Club, which is the one they showed on the PlayStation conference, are
looks
both
amazing.
driving games published by Sony. Both of them appear to be simulations, as far as I know. I don't think one of them is going to be... Clearly, Gran Turismo is going to be a simulation.
Right.
I don't think Drive Club is going to be like an arcadey racer, so I think they're
Right.
both going to be simulations. They're both coming out for the PlayStation 4, and they're both coming out around the same time. Why would Sony do that?
My thinking is if they do bring Gran Turismo 6 to the PS4, they'll do it at a later date. That's probably what I think is going to happen.
Maybe they want to know if Gran Turismo is still selling as well as they think it's selling. Maybe they want to see if people just like new racing games and competition more than they like the Gran Turismo franchise.
Oh, like when everyone realized that Forza was better?
Yeah.
Forza's way better than Gran Turismo.
That's an interesting concept, though.
Never cared for Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo 2 was good, but I had a station wagon, and all I did, I can remember distinctly for an hour, trying to take a gradual turn and then just spinning out constantly, fuck this game, But I mean, there's no doubt that game has a huge worldwide appeal, or at least it has. But I think at this point, you've got, it looks to me like a shift in racing gamers' attitude and perception towards simulating games versus more arcade style games.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Midnight Club releases and Need for Speed releases and things like that. Burnouts. It's going to be really interesting to see how it performs when it goes to market, because from what I understand of the gamers that I know that are into racing games have ever increasingly shifted their preferences from like, simulations of the, PS1 and PS2 era to more, not even straight arcade games, but not, real simulators like Gran Turismo 6.
Something like Need for Speed.
Yeah, like Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of one of those people too, because I like the idea of having a simulation style game where it's like it's all realistic and it's like if you take this turn too fast you're gonna spin and blah blah. But again, it comes to the idea of games being fun, and I tried my very hardest to have fun with Gran Turismo, but I can't. It's not a fun game for me. And like they have the endurance races where you do like 50 laps. I don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
No one wants to do that.
Yeah.
That's
NASCAR.
Fuck yeah.
Hey. I do. I like NASCAR, but it's all right.
I mean, but would you like playing NASCAR though?
God, no.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's a market for it, and I think that the market for like super realistic simulation games is dwindling. I mean, from my
there's a market for there have to be some NASCAR games though.
There are some NASCAR games.
They're just terrible.
Yeah.
They're awful.
Let's drive in this circle for the next hour. God, don't forget the pit stop.
Yeah, they do like 500 laps in that, right?
Yeah, certain races.
They
have road courses too, where they're you call them road courses, and there are a lot of turns. They're like really intricate. Think of like a Mario Kart map. It's kind of like that. So they can only take the turns at like 80 miles an hour as opposed to 150. But yeah, I mean NASCAR. As far as a sport, I really enjoy NASCAR. My definition, by the way, of a sport is you either have to have some athletic ability to do it, or you have to realistically have a chance of dying while doing it. So that's kind of like so that's why I call it a sport. But I enjoy it. But as far as gaming is concerned, I would not want to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just want
to. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Word.
So,
by the way, best racing game ever, Super Sprint. Just throwing that out there.
Super Sprint.
Super Sprint, the original
for
Super
like NES, like we
for
just
NES.
press the button.
They would always randomly generate a track. You would pick up those golden wrenches, and then like, tornadoes would come through and stuff. And all it was A or B, and then the douche pad. And
the douche pad.
And it would just continue. It would just continue to change the random layout of the track, and then also the random layout of where environmental hazards and stuff were, and you couldn't beat it. But it was so simple and so fun. Mm-hmm. 4 colors, little track, go. I think that'll always be my favorite racing game ever. Super Sprint.
Nice.
I digress.
Word.
All right, we're nearing the end of our podcast. I think we have 2 more things. We already talked about the last thing, about the new console gaming we're looking forward to getting. I think I want to touch on the online passes for a second. Just because with the new generation of consoles, there's a lot of rumor and well, not rumor, but they've been saying a lot that it's going to be a lot more immediate. It's going to be a lot more turn the system on and you play. One of the things that's frustrated me the most about this generation is I'll buy a game. So BioShock Infinite, for example, an amazing game. I love the game to death. But as soon as you get it, you open the game, you have to download a patch. So like, all right, cool. All right, I'll wait for this patch. And you wait, and it finishes. And a lot of games now have installation, so you have to install the game now. Like, all right, I got to install my game so I can play. No biggie. I'll make a sandwich or something, whatever. And you install the game. You're sitting there for like, 15 minutes. Like, all right, I can finally play. You got to download an online pass to play online. All right, so I'll go download some other thing, and by the time you're ready to play, like it's like dinner time, you got other shit to do. This generation has been really kind of a pain in the ass in terms of just kind of getting into the game and just playing. So I'm really glad that EA is deciding to drop the model for using like online passes. Do you think other developers will start doing that as well, or do you think it's kind of maybe
I hope, because when I opened Soul Sacrifice, I was shocked to find an online pass because of the fact that it's a new company. It's from a group that again, has never made games, from what I understand. The man who started the company was Keiji Inafune, the guy who made Mega Man.
Yeah.
So his games have never had, he did like Dead Rising 2 and all those other games. They never had an online pass feature from what I remember. Like, that's not Capcom's business model. Their business model is paying you to unlock stuff that is on the disc.
Yeah, fuck
But,
Capcom.
so I was kind of shocked to get one in that game. I thought that was really just an EA Ubisoft thing.
That's really...
This was the first online pass I'd ever gotten, actually, aside from like Saints Row.
I know Resistance was one of the first games that started doing it on Sony's platform. Resistance 3, I think it was, right?
Maybe.
I personally like online passes, and the reason why is it is a pain. There's no doubt that it's a pain, but it's really quick. It's usually like 200 kilobytes, it's really fast. But it comes back to how I feel about the used game industry.
Mm-hmm.
It was different if the used game industry was, people could buy, a used game for $25, but what happens is people are, getting these used games for $5 underneath a brand new title, more or less, and it just drives me nuts because the developers aren't getting the money they need to. And I think until there's a better way to get that money back, I think the online pass for people that have used games, charging them $10 to get one, I think is legitimate. It's a way of protecting business, and because the used game industry is killing developers, it's really hurting the industry. So I'm okay with it for now. It doesn't really bother me. What bothers me is the game install and stuff takes so long, but I don't mind them as much because it's just a quick code and then it's a few seconds and then you have it. But I absolutely agree with you, Will, especially with the PlayStation 3 as far as like waiting is concerned to play a game.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. A game will come out and the very first day there's a huge patch. You got, the install. You're right. An hour goes by or an hour and a half goes by and you got other stuff to do.
Right.
You got to pay, you got things to do. Especially now, I'm 27 now, and it's not like I was in college. I don't have the time to play games as much as I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that hour or whatever it might take is a large amount of my time that it's frustrating to be like, now I can't play this till tomorrow. I'll let it install on my system. Well, if I do get to play, it's, for 20 minutes, and then I get to really check it out the next time it's down. But, but just because of the used game industry, and especially with how GameStop has run it, I think that the online pass is a direct result of trying to protect business, and I think it's a worthwhile one. But I do think it's kind of it's kind of archaic. They need to come out with a new model of remediating that gap.
Right. Even if it's something that's like within the game itself, it's like, hey, like we noticed this is on this account, blah blah blah. Like, would you like to register for this account? That way, you don't have to take any extra steps. You don't have to go to any, put it in this code. You don't have to do any, like, going to the PlayStation Store now is a pain in the ass because it takes forever to load up. And then the interface, you can never find anything.
It's
Sony,
horrible.
It looks pretty, but you can't find shit on it.
Yeah.
If you want to find the new demos that's out, you have to, like, go down, go to new games and into new games, and then new PS3 releases, and then demos. It's like...
Half of them you have
The
to access from the
have
game.
at least had a redirect.
Say that.
Yeah.
The online passes, at least the two that I've encountered, have had auto redirects.
That's
where
awesome.
you'll just, it'll prompt you for it, and then it'll ask you if you want to buy one or if you want to enter the code. You select yes, and then it brings you right to that page in the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
That's good. I think I think I've gotten used to it, to just going to the store and like putting in the code from there. I've gotten used to doing that because that's the way you had to do it before.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, as long as it's not intrusive and it's integrated within the experience, I think it shouldn't be a problem. But
definitely pain in the ass going to the store to do it, though. You're right. I hate doing that. But yeah, most of them now you can just get redirected, which is pretty cool, and it doesn't take long. But I do hate putting that code in sometimes.
Yeah, and those new patches, and then like.
Yeah, they just did this though. This within the last year, and it sounds like a small thing, but it's awesome. You don't have to have everything capitalized now; it's just automatically.
Yeah.
And if you put a lowercase, it's just like they accept it, which is cool. So
yeah,
it used to be like a freaking putting in a Nintendo password, and everything just right.
Right.
But anywho,
so I think we are at the end of our podcast. Do you guys have other things you want to add, or anything that's exciting that you want to talk about?
There's a Microsoft thing going on next week, right?
Oh yeah! Holy crap! I
Over in Redmond.
forgot that that's a thing.
Other than that, yeah.
E3 is what, in 2 weeks?
Is it? Holy
Yeah,
crap!
I think it's 2 weeks. It's June. No, it might be 3 weeks.
3
Yeah,
weeks.
I think
3
it's
weeks.
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like June 6th or something, right?
June 10, 11, 12, maybe?
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited about some E3 action. I hope Uncharted 4 gets announced because
We got to say this again on this podcast. Send us to E3.
send us to E3.
E3. You know, just send us. You know,
Get
we're
us
gonna
some
say
tickets,
that
some passes.
Yeah, please send us to E3. It's a lifelong dream of ours.
We are. I would have a video camera. I would be recording, bringing you guys some content if it ever happens. Developers, if you want some people to kind of increase some exposure or some, IGN or
Talk
something.
about your game
Honest
in a silly
opinion.
voice.
Yeah, right.
Shit, you. We'll give you honest
Backflips.
valid that. Send us to E3.
We're gonna start.
Send us to E3.
Campaign starting now. Send us to E3.
Why
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Microsoft plans to do with their press conference, because Sony kind of blew it out the park. A lot of people say like, oh, it was too focused on indie development, blah blah blah. Like, come on, they did a great job. There were no gimmicks. They had a great presentation. What they showed was exciting.
Very.
They gave us a lot of information. They kept some things from us to kind of tease so that we can learn more about the console as we go along.
Yeah,
Show
like what the
controller.
system even looks like.
Yeah, it was a good move that they didn't show it yet, because they still have. I'm pretty sure they were still kind of deciding exactly what they wanted to look like, because
Guys, keep that bait on that
care.
hook.
Mm.
Yep.
So I think they did a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing what Microsoft does with their press conference. If they're going to have Usher on stage again or something, I don't know.
Have you guys seen that Easter thing that he did?
I did not.
It's 2 seconds, and it's just him saying some like "Happy Easter Xbox," and that's it. Like, that's the entire commercial.
They probably paid him more for that than I get it in a year.
Yep.
Oh, it's insane.
Just saying.
Increasingly, I'm excited more and more for E3 just to see how weird Konami's going to be at it.
Konami, you said?
Konami, I said I'm getting more. Increasingly, I'm looking forward to E3 every year more and more, based on how weird Konami's going to be and how awkward they're going to be.
With the Phantom Pain.
Yeah, no, I mean, just not even for major titles, but like look at their E3 press conferences in the past few years. They're so weird. They've done like the weirdest, most awkward things, but it's like watching a train wreck. It's beautiful. Just look up Konami at E3. You'll see some videos where it's just absolutely ridiculous. Not their main stuff, but a lot of the other stuff they're announcing, and the way they announce it is just so bad.
There's this short Asian guy with like blonde frosted hair and like.
Yeah.
Was that the one you're talking about? That guy?
One of them. I mean, they've got a lot of them. They had one guy that was like doing cartwheels and dancing and stuff. And the audience was like,
Konami!
we don't even, what are they advertising?
How do these people get these jobs?
I don't know.
We need
Japan's
someone to
very
look like a
different.
fool on stage. Can you do it? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Why not?
Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely do not forget to watch that Outlast video with your volume up and put that at the end of this, man. I really want to see your reaction to that.
I will.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I will put it at the very end.
It's the story trailer demo. You can find it on YouTube and just enjoy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of the Black Oni Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, I'm honored to have you guys as guests. Had a lot of fun.
Nice meeting you guys. I'm sure I'll see
Nice
more.
meeting you.
Yes. Nice meeting you too.
Hey, Corey, you should add me on PSN, because I don't think I have you added.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're Jay Blaze or whatever.
J Blaze 06. It's
I knew there was a number after it.
Yeah, me too, man. Bauer Kills with a Z. It's
Okay. Yeah, just send me the things through the Facebooks or what have you.
You guys got that message.
I'll be sure to add you.
What's that devilry?
Did
I'm
you
so
guys get that
sad I
message
don't have
just
a
sent in
PS3 right now.
the chat?
Cool.
Or no, maybe not. Anyway,
So
Thanks for
sad.
watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like what you saw, and press like, thumbs up, or thumbs down if you don't like us. That's cool too.
Never press thumbs down. I'm here. What are you talking about?
Hey, we can get a
Always
sign.
like this.
Share with friends. Let them all know that this is a really cool thing going on the interwebs called the Black Oni Podcast.
Oh yeah.
that's true.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we'll be seeing you soon.
Yeah. See you next week, guys.
Hey everyone, JBlaze06 here. And there's a game called Outlast that is going to be releasing soon. I'm going to look at the video. I think it's supposed to be How Scary is Outlast? I think I'm supposed to be looking actually at the story demo. Yeah. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Just need to hear her breathing. Kind of like a credit system. This shit's creepy. My arm's twitching. He was cut in half. Fuck that. Oh, shit. Oh shit, that's too fast. Oh, what? He's about to find you. Oh, fuck that. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of crazy. Um, I might check it out. If it's on a Mac, I'll probably get it. If not, then probably not. But yeah, it looks pretty scary. Um, I like the fact that you can actually move around a lot. You have a lot of mobility. I know a lot of horror games or survival horror games tend to give you clunky controls, and that's supposed to add to the tension or atmosphere, but really it's just annoying. Um, I hate when developers do that, and like Resident Evil, for example, when they stuck with their clunky controls for Resident Evil 5, the game wasn't scary at all. And so just adding clunky controls just pissed me off, just made it annoying. But yeah, this looks like it's fluid. You can move around the environment really easily. And it looks like it could be creepy. So, thumbs up.